So I think it is possible to get meat from other sources, but then I would like us to concentrate on the natural source of meat which God has created. So which is the animal. So we should concentrate on eating the animals as the source of meat than taking artificial meat. Thank you.
Would you consider it as meat?
No, it's rubber. It's not meat. For me, it's rubber. It's not meat. But on a more serious note, I wouldn't. No. Why should I?
Why?
Just like Barry and my fellow colleagues rightly said, it's not going to be healthy. So why should I eat junk food and healthy stuff? No, I wouldn't. I don't know about them. Maybe Barry might consider it, but me, no.
Is it Francis was defining meat in the field of food and those stuff? But what meat? What? Like something is not just adding up. You see, when is it meat? How can you go and get meat from somewhere without from animals?
Yeah.
No, to me that is no meat. So getting meat from sensitized sources is not meat. That may be just like Habib said.
It's something else, but no meat.
Maybe an advanced
maybe they are still going to craft a name for it.
Yes,
but not
probably.
meat. No.
Okay. To me, I would say it depends. Given the rising population of the country and the world, we realize that sometimes the population of a country or the whole world can try to outweigh the number of meat available. So in that sense, I'll see the other sources of meat to be a supplement or to be a kind of add-up to the sources of meat. So depending on the situation, but if the level of animals we have can be able to sustain or provide the needed protein that humans need, then there's no need for us to be thinking about other sources of meat. But every problem comes with a solution. So I think if there's a need for us to get other sources of meat, then there's equally going to be a way of reducing the level of risks at taking those kind of artificial meat. So thank you.
But what you're saying, I will not support it. Yes, it's very true.
Okay.
All right. He's saying maybe with respect to the rise of population of human beings and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
When it's not matching with animals, then you would eat what they call it, an artificial meat.
Yes.
No, I will not support that, because I don't know whether maybe at some point in history you've ever heard that maybe there was a goat shortage somewhere, or there was a cow shortage somewhere. Have you ever heard that? You see, as human beings procreate, they also procreate.
Yeah.
That's how, you see, this is a system, and everything has been planned by God.
Yeah.
Okay, let's not try to justify anything. Artificial meat is not meat. For me, it's not meat, and I wouldn't consider it.
Oh,
yes.
Okay, I not to cut what he's saying, but that's his point of view. Because sometimes we add up things, we add up to what God has created, so that we become more comfortable in our environment. So I am given the possibility where the meat we want is not able to meet our the meat available is not able to meet our demand. In that case, we have to find a way of creating other sources of meat. That is what I'm trying to.
And I'm also saying that as we procreate, animals procreate. And I think there wouldn't be any point in history where we'll have animal shortage.
You see,
I don't think.
The thing is that
I'm not even foreseeing that.
Yeah,
so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but then with the rising level of technology,
you're just trying to justify this.
No, you don't have to always be so static about your thinking. That's why we have dynamism.
So that means that you support.
We can have a natural disaster whereby animals, most of them die.
You see, you're thinking.
No, it's a possibility.
Be optimistic. Don't be pessimistic.
No, why you are thinking about?
No, be right in your thinking.
No,
there wouldn't be any natural disaster.
What both Habib and this guy Enoch is saying, they all have a point. Me, I see it this way. Never in the history of human have we realized that the population has exceeded the supply of meat. It doesn't exist. But bringing technology in to increase meat supply is possible, but it's not a synthetic way. Like we getting hybrid chicks, hybrid animals, so that they increase the production, but not manufacturing meat. In that. No, we just use a hybrid, say, breed of that animal to increase its reproduction, so that we have a lot of them. So that's how we am seeing.
They can be maybe a food that maybe they will manufacture or create that will try to increase maybe them in shape for them to just produce at like a higher rate. That one is understandable. But to go and create meat separately,
like
it's a no for me.
We have some medicine they give the poultry. If you go to the poultry farm, you see them, so that the number of eggs per day they lay will increase, so that you multiply them without
for that
manufacturing any.
But not to cut you, but are you aware that what you are saying, even though there's an increase in the production of meat, but with that regards, like, you are not going to get the actual protein that the meat contains. Are you getting what I'm trying to say?
No, I'm not getting. Make you get you.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that even though people are thinking of other means of increasing the supply of meat in the meat industry, but those mechanisms that are put in place, at the end of the day, you not get the required distance. Sometimes you go and buy egg, and what you see in the egg now, the yolk of the egg now, like
it will be a different color.
A different color.
So now come to think of it, if doctors somewhere will see separately to create their own egg, how will it look like? That is why I'm coming. Just ponder over this.
No.
For some seconds.
No, yeah, I know. What they do is they do it not just by their own mind, but they go to lab. They do practicals in the lab.
It's still artificial.
Yeah, I know it's artificial, but then some of the artificial meat goods are more better. Like better
nutritious than natural meat.
I'm not saying it's not natural meat. What you are saying is not a natural meat in this case. If you are
natural meat is that,
you see,
those
advocating that we shouldn't slaughter animals. Anything that they are talking about, right? So they feel that slaughtering something that brief is like just slaughtering a human being. That's the comparison they are making. So long as they're able to bring the thing to life, either by any scientific process and you are killing it, they will consider it as being an infringement on that animal.
Yes, it's true.
So,
it's very, very true. So what about that? It's still artificial meat.
Yeah, it's artificial meat. But then what we are saying, we are looking for other sources of meat. So what I'm also trying to bring on board, we shouldn't just be only stagnant or static about.
No one wants to be rigid or static here.
Yeah.
Just as Barry pointed out, all right. Barry said, if they are going to, add chemicals and then, it will increase their reproduction rate, it's fine, right? But if they are going to sit separately and create their own meat, it's not fine for me. It's a no.
You see, you realize that what they are saying, ideally it is true. I cycle them, but then when you look at the commercial aspect of the meat industry, people basically, when they have a way of increasing their produce or their level of supply of meat, they try to ignore the health aspect of it. So I see that though there's going to be an increase in the meat production, but the commercial people will not be looking at it in that perspective. Let's take Ghana for instance. If we give some chemicals or drugs to the poultry, like the hens, to lay eggs faster, like we don't. There are some rules and regulations guiding those things, but we are not focusing on that. Sometimes you can, like, the eggs you go and buy and take in the market is very like unhealthy, but then we don't think about those kind of things. We're not having much technology to even think about what you are saying.